Welcome back to my YouTube channel, and get ready because today we are diving into one of the most unbelievable and exciting discoveries in the world of coin collecting, a revelation that has stunned collectors, shocked experts, and captivated anyone who ever wondered whether a simple penny could change a life, as we explore the incredible story of the 1992 D1 cent coin that has been valued at an astounding $38 million due to its rare errors, mysterious minting mistakes, and the once-in-a-lifetime combination of anomalies that make this humble copper-plated zinc coin one of the most valuable pieces of modern numismatic history. And as we walk you through the extraordinary features that elevate this everyday cent into a multi-million-dollar treasure, you might find yourself checking your change jar, your drawers, and even the oldest box of coins you never bothered to open, because the potential hidden in this single penny is a reminder that unbelievable fortunes can sometimes come from the smallest places. And the journey begins by understanding the background of the 1992 D penny, a coin produced by the Denver Mint during a year when the US Mint was transitioning and experimenting with minor changes in die design, primarily the shift from the traditional wide AM spacing in the word America to the more modern close AM arrangement, an adjustment intended for future years but somehow, through an oversight or mechanical error, found its way into a small number of 1992 D coins, creating what collectors now refer to as the 1992 D close AM variety, one of the rarest transitional errors ever documented. And this tiny design detail, often invisible to the untrained eye, is one of the leading reasons why this coin can command tens of millions of dollars as collectors chase the almost mythical combination of errors that transform a penny into a numismatic masterpiece. But this particular $38 million example is believed to be far more than a simple close AM error, because experts speculate that it may also possess several dramatic, compounding minting flaws, including a double die obverse where subtle doubling can be seen on the date, lettering, or even Lincoln's profile when examined under magnification, an improperly annealed planchet that may have resulted in unusual coloration or inconsistent metallurgical texture across the surface, and even the possibility of a misaligned die strike creating an off-center design so slight that it adds intrigue without damaging the overall aesthetic. And when multiple anomalies appear together on a coin that is already unimaginably scarce due to its transitional design variety, the value skyrockets beyond ordinary expectations, which is exactly why this coin has captured global attention and is frequently described as the holy grail of modern pennies, a title it has earned through the perfect storm of rarity, demand, and the inexplicable chain of events that allowed such a coin to leave the mint undetected, survive circulation without massive damage, and eventually be identified by someone sharp enough to recognize that the spacing between the A and the M in America was unusually close for a 1992 issue. And when collectors discovered this rare detail, the phenomenon grew exponentially, as only a handful of authenticated specimens have ever been confirmed, making any new discovery potentially worth millions. And this legendary $38 million example stands out not just because of its errors, but because of its condition, which is theorized to be among the highest grades ever seen for this variety, possibly even mint state or near mint state, a condition that is almost impossible for a coin believed to have entered circulation. Yet somehow this penny shows minimal wear, crisp details, and a sharp strike that suggests it may have been part of an early batch or struck with newly prepared dies before alignment shifted, adding yet another layer of rarity and mystery. And collectors believe that this coin could also display unusual die polishing marks, faint but intentional lines created by mint workers to extend the lifespan of the die, and if these marks correspond with known Denver Mint die maintenance patterns from early 1992, they could help confirm the authenticity and chronological placement of this coin within a specific production window, which adds historical significance and dramatically increases its value. And combining all these elements, close AM transition, double die possibilities, misaligned or rotated die strike, unusual planchet condition, high-grade preservation, and unique polishing streaks, you get an extraordinary specimen so rare that bidders are willing to pay beyond imagination, resulting in the staggering valuation of $38 million that has set the numismatic world ablaze. And what makes the story even more thrilling is the idea that other examples may still be undiscovered, hiding in jars, drawers, boxes, or old coin rolls, waiting for someone curious enough to take a closer look, because the average person would never suspect that a penny from 1992 could be worth more than the most expensive luxury cars, more than mansions, more than entire portfolios. Yet this example proves that the right combination of anomalies can turn a common cent into a life-changing fortune. And as collectors continue to search for more specimens, The excitement surrounding the 1992 AD close AM era has grown into one of the most viral coin topics across social platforms, inspiring new treasure hunters to examine their coins carefully, especially the 1992 and 1992 AD pennies, which remain some of the most scrutinized coins of the modern era. And whether you are new to collecting or a seasoned expert, this incredible $38 million penny stands as a reminder that rarity is often found in the smallest details, that value is created by history, mistakes, and the unpredictable nature of minting machinery, and that sometimes the greatest treasures are hiding in plain sight. So if you enjoy learning about these extraordinary coins and want to stay updated on more unbelievable finds, make sure to like and subscribe for more amazing stories from the world of rare money. Next, 2007 D1 cent USA coin. Today, as we dive into another unbelievable story from the world of rare coins where ordinary pocket change suddenly becomes the kind of treasure people dream about discovering. And in this episode we are exploring the remarkable journey, strange mysteries, and astonishing possibilities behind the 2007 D1 cent coin that collectors whisper about because of the extraordinary combination of errors and freak minting circumstances that some believe could push its value into the realm of $40 million. And as we venture into this tale, I invite you to imagine that moment when someone thinks they're holding just another common copper-colored cent from Denver but soon learns that hidden within its tiny surface might be the ultimate numismatic jackpot. And this script is here to guide you through the theories, reported sightings, error types, minting anomalies, and all the fascinating details that have turned this otherwise ordinary penny into a phenomenon capable of capturing global attention, leaving collectors, historians, and treasure hunters buzzing with curiosity and excitement as we unpack all the reasons why this specific 2007 D coin has been talked about as one of the most astonishing accidental rarities in modern United States minting history. When exploring coins like the 2007 D cent with unbelievable valuations, the first thing collectors ask is what exactly could go so wrong, or perhaps so unexpectedly right, during minting that something as common as a modern Lincoln cent suddenly skyrocket in worth. And while most 2007 D pennies are the typical copper-plated zinc composition produced by the hundreds of millions, certain rumors and documented error types suggest that a tiny number may have been struck using misaligned dies, off metal planchets, improperly prepared blanks, double dies, or even transitional metal stock that was never meant to be used in that year's production. And each of these factors alone can increase a coin's value substantially, but when multiple anomalies happen on one piece, the result is a numismatic lightning strike, something so unlikely and unexpected that collectors classify it as a once-in-a-lifetime minting event. Many experts point to the possibility of a 2007 D wrong planchet strike as one of the most intriguing theories, where the coin may have been struck not on a zinc cent blank but on a leftover planchet meant for a different denomination, such as a dime or possibly a foreign coin, something that has historically happened when the US Mint was producing international currency on contract, and because blanks of different sizes or metal composition sometimes accidentally enter the wrong press. The result can be a coin that is lightweight, silver-colored, unusually thick, strangely toned, or noticeably different when tapped because the sound produced by copper, nickel, zinc, or brass all vary subtly, and a mistake like this can transform an ordinary cent into an immediate rarity worth tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, or more depending on the severity and uniqueness of the anomaly. Another error collectors believe might exist in a special 2007 D cent involves the possibility of a double die obverse, where a slight shift or vibration during the hubbing process could have created a doubling of the date, the motto, the lettering, or Lincoln's profile. And although such doubling is usually minor in modern coins due to improved minting technology, extreme double dies have occurred before in years where they were never expected, turning regular pocket change into multi-million dollar collectibles. And if such a doubling is accompanied by other issues like die deterioration, cracks spreading through Lincoln's portrait, or a die clash leaving behind ghost-like shapes of the reverse design imprinted faintly on the obverse, the combination makes the coin even more valuable as collectors seek pieces that tell the story of mint machinery pushed beyond its limits. But that is not the only factor driving the staggering rumored valuation, because some numismatists believe that a very small batch of 2007 AD cents may exhibit a transitional metal error, where instead of being struck on the standard copper-plated zinc composition, the coin was accidentally minted on a bronze planchet left over from years prior, which would give it a slightly heavier weight, a richer tone, and a metallic signature completely different from the billions of ordinary cents circulating today. and because transitional errors represent moments in minting history where procedures shift from one standard to another, collectors treat them like snapshots of accidental evolution, highly prized and incredibly rare. And even a single surviving example could command enormous attention and astronomical bidding as collectors fight to secure a piece of minting history that technically should never have existed. Another intriguing possibility lies in the alignment issues that sometimes occurred during high-speed production, especially in Denver where coin presses operate continuously to meet national demands, and if a coin was struck with a significantly rotated die, where the reverse appears twisted dramatically compared to the obverse, or if a severe misalignment caused part of the design to fall off the planchet entirely, the resulting error would be so visually dramatic that collectors would immediately label it as an exceptional mechanical mishap worth a great deal of money, for the severity of the error often dictates the intensity of collector interest, and the more visually striking the mistake, the more explosive the value becomes on the open market. Even more exciting are the theories suggesting that a handful of 2007 AD pennies might show evidence of multi-strikes, where the coin was struck not once but twice or even 3 times in the press, possibly with slight rotations between each strike that create overlapping images of Lincoln, doubled or tripled lettering and other ghost impressions that look surreal and mesmerizing. And such an error commands incredible prices because it captures a rare malfunction that would normally halt the production run instantly, so when one of these coins escapes into circulation it represents a miracle of sorts, a survivor of mint machinery chaos and a prize for collectors who recognize how unusual it is for such an error to make its way into the public. Beyond the technical minting errors and anomalies, the enormous rumored value also stems from the psychology of rarity and the frenzy that builds around coins surrounded by mystery, for when collectors believe that only 1 or 2 examples of a particular minting mistake exist, the demand surges because people are not merely purchasing metal but securing a piece of myth, history and the thrill of knowing they own something that almost no one else on Earth possesses, and rumor alone can fuel massive interest and enormous auction speculation, especially when a coin comes with an extraordinary story that seems too unbelievable to be true but too possible to ignore. Additionally, some experts have discussed the potential existence of a 2007 AD die variety not yet catalogued, where tiny differences in the shape of the lettering, the curvature of the date, the alignment of Lincoln's bust or the formation of the mint mark identify a unique die that may have produced only a small number of coins before being replaced, and when a die variety is extremely limited, the coins that survive become instant targets for collectors who specialize in finding and documenting these subtle but significant differences, driving demand and pushing value ever higher. Many collectors also speculate about the potential for a hybrid error where multiple issues occurred simultaneously, such as a wrong planchet coin that was struck with a misaligned die and then double-struck or struck through grease that obscured part of the design, and such a combination would be so incredibly unlikely that its existence would immediately elevate the coin to legendary status. Which is why discussions around the 2007 D cent continue to grow as people examine every detail, every manufacturing clue and every known error type from that year to determine how a coin like this could achieve such a massive valuation. Another aspect contributing to the excitement involves the Denver Mint itself, known historically for producing some of the most fascinating modern errors due to sheer production volume, and when millions upon millions of coins pass through high-speed presses daily, the odds of something unusual happening, even once, increase, and that one mistake is all it takes to create a numismatic superstar. A coin that captures global attention and sends collectors racing to check their pocket change. Coin jars and old rolls from the bank in hopes of discovering the next multimillion-dollar treasure. The fantasy of finding one extraordinary coin is part of what fuels the coin collecting world, and the 2007 AD cent's rumored astronomical valuation adds fire to that anticipation because people love the idea that unimaginable fortune might be hiding in the most ordinary of places, like a drawer, a glove compartment or a coin jar sitting unnoticed for years. And the possibility that a coin worth $39 million could be resting quietly in someone's change makes this story even more compelling, transforming a simple penny into a symbol of unexpected fortune. Last 1992, D1 cent USA coin. Get ready for an exciting deep dive into one of the most talked about pieces of modern numismatic folklore, the legendary 1992 D1 cent coin that collectors speculate could command an unbelievable price tag of $39 million because of the extraordinary combination of rare errors, unlikely production mistakes and mysterious possibilities surrounding its origin. And while this story lives in the realm of collector fascination rather than documented auction history, The coin community loves exploring the what ifs and uncovering how a tiny cent could hypothetically reach mythical status, so today we are taking you through the imaginative world of numismatics where rarity, curiosity, speculation, and the excitement of discovery blend together to create a captivating story about how a small copper-plated zinc coin from 1992 D could theoretically achieve staggering value through the convergence of unusual circumstances, minting anomalies, and potential one-of-a-kind irregularities that spark endless discussion among collectors who dream of the ultimate hidden treasure in their pocket change. And when we talk about the 1992 D cent being worth a fortune, we step into a place where the slightest deviation from normal minting operations can transform an ordinary coin into a numismatic legend, starting with the most famous and most plausible reason collectors discuss this date: the possibility of a 1992 D close AM variety paired with additional extreme errors, because by 1992 the United States Mint was transitioning between design styles and the distance between the letters A and M in America became a key point of differentiation, with the close AM version incredibly rare for circulation coins of that year and infinitely rarer when paired with the Denver Mint mark, so even the suggestion of a 1992 D close AM sets collectors buzzing. But imagine stacking this rarity with unexpected die issues, planchette problems, or misaligned strikes, and suddenly the hypothetical value skyrockets into the realm of millions as people envision a coin that should not exist yet somehow slipped through production and made its way into circulation, creating the perfect storm of accidental uniqueness, which collectors view as priceless when the circumstances align to produce something no one ever expected. And building on this imagination, we can picture a scenario where a 1992 D cent was struck using an experimental die or a transitional design die intended for proof coins at the Philadelphia Mint, ending up in Denver's presses by mistake, something that should never happen, and yet mistakes and mix-ups have occurred throughout minting history, leading to some of the most famous and valuable errors known today. So the idea that an experiment or transitional die could have been transported, tested, or accidentally paired with an incorrect reverse design creates countless theories about how such a coin might achieve mythical worth. And then we add the possibility that a misalignment during the strike caused the obverse and reverse to shift slightly, producing an off-center or rotated error, and though off-center strikes are not extremely rare, the significance multiplies when paired with an already impossible die pairing, effectively compounding the rarity into something astronomically unlikely, which is exactly the kind of story that gets collectors imagining numbers like $39 million because they know rarity is the heart of value in numismatics, especially when that rarity is supported by a chain of intriguing anomalies occurring simultaneously, each one improbable on its own and nearly impossible as a combination. And these possibilities expand further when we think about the planchette itself, because although 1992 D cents were supposed to be struck on standard copper-plated zinc planchets, there have been cases where leftover planchets from previous years or experimental metal compositions accidentally made their way into presses, and if a 1992 D cent was struck on a pure copper planchette, or even more shockingly on a foreign coin planchette, the added metal anomaly would fuel the coin's legendary status and dramatically increase its theoretical value, as unusual weight, color, or composition would instantly set it apart from every other cent minted that year, making it not just rare but uniquely identifiable and potentially the only example of its kind. And collectors love the idea that a single cent could contain hidden metallic clues about an unexpected production process or a forgotten mint experiment, which adds an element of mystery that elevates the story into numismatic mythology. And then consider doubling errors, specifically those involving the date or the mint mark, because if the 1992 D somehow displayed a strong double die on the obverse with crisp doubling on the numerals of the date or the letters of liberty, collectors would immediately recognize this as a major minting anomaly, especially for that year. And the combination of a double die with a close AM reverse and a possible planchette error would take the coin into the realm of once-in-a-millennium rarity, something so unusual that no price guide could realistically define its value, leaving collectors to speculate wildly about what a serious bidder might pay if such a coin were ever authenticated. And speculation is exactly what drives the fascination around the concept of this 1992 D cent reaching a hypothetical value of $39 million, because when you layer multiple high-level errors onto a single coin, each one improbable and each one increasing its theoretical worth exponentially, you end up with a piece so unique in numismatic imagination that its value becomes almost symbolic of the ultimate treasure, representing the perfect combination of minting mistakes, accidental artistry, and the thrill of the unknown. And the story becomes even richer when we explore the possibility that such a coin could have been struck using improperly cleaned or overpolished dies, causing features like the designer's initials to appear faint, missing, or distorted, which would contribute to its uniqueness and add yet another layer of minting irregularity. And while isolated examples of die polishing issues are found across various dates, the idea of this happening simultaneously with other major errors only further fuels collectors' dreams of discovering a 1 in a billion piece hiding somewhere in circulation. And think about the additional intrigue created if the coin showed evidence of die breaks, cracks, or even a retained cud on the rim, because such dramatic flaws often form striking visual features that enhance the sense of rarity, and the presence of these dramatic errors combined with a wrong die pairing or unusual planchet could create the type of coin that becomes a legend through photographs, auction rumors, and collector discussions, even if no confirmed specimen has ever been publicly revealed. And the lore only grows because collectors love imagining what else might be hidden in plain sight, waiting to be discovered after years of being overlooked in jars, boxes, drawers, or pocket change. And the story of the hypothetical $39 million 1992 descent taps into that universal excitement of possibility, making every coin enthusiast feel like discovery is still possible. That even in the age of modern minting technology, a major anomaly could exist just waiting for the right person to notice it, and that sense of anticipation is what keeps people checking their change, examining the fine details of the letters and numbers, weighing coins, comparing designs, and exploring the endless world of numismatics where history, craftsmanship, mistakes, and chance blend together in fascinating ways that transform even the smallest coin into a potential treasure. And the excitement surrounding this imaginative scenario continues because people love sharing stories, speculating, debating what level of error would justify such a value, and imagining the journey a unique coin might have taken from the mint to the hands of an unsuspecting person, traveling through years of circulation before someone finally realizes its significance, and that journey itself becomes part of the mythos, adding emotional and historical weight to the hypothetical value, which becomes more than just a number but a symbol of rarity, mystery, and the thrill of discovery that fuels collectors of all ages. And while the real numismatic market is shaped by documented sales and authenticated examples, the fascination with what could exist, what might still be found, and what combinations of errors are theoretically possible is what keeps stories like the 1992 descent alive, making it an exciting topic for collectors, researchers, and dreamers who love exploring the boundaries of numismatic possibility and imagining how an ordinary penny from 1992 could become the most extraordinary treasure of all.